When looking to purchase a new smartphone, most people want to know, how's the camera? We take a phone with us everywhere, which means with so many options on the market, we want to make sure that our basic photo needs are being met, and we're getting the most value for our money. Satisfied and being happy, that's the goal. When you're going through your day and you see a moment that you either want to relive or share with other people, you want to make sure that the shooter in your pocket is going to get the job done. In order to figure this out, you just need to go down to Best Buy or your local carrier and buy all the phones that they have. Take them home with you. Oh wait, that's not practical either. I have a better idea. Stick around and see for yourself which one of these top tier camera phones is best for you.
How's the camera on the iPhone XS?
How's the camera on Pixel 3?
Welcome to the iPhone XS Max and Pixel 3 XL shootout. For the sake of this video, we'll simply be referring to them as the iPhone and the Pixel. But just to be clear, all photos have been taken on either the Pixel 3 XL or the iPhone XS Max, or as I like to call it, the XS Plus. Why they just couldn't call it the Plus, I have no idea. My camera testing adventures led me to Tampa's newest and hottest location, Armature Works. Armature Works is a fully restored mixed-use building located in historical Tampa Heights neighborhood. This historic structure has been reinvented as a premier community destination with innovative eateries, public markets, reimagined event spaces, and an exclusive co-working space. If you're ever in the area, you need to stop by and check it out. My first photo is the beginning of my adventures here. Take a moment and really absorb both of these photos. Without knowing which phone took which photo, you will be hard pressed to find anything wrong with either one. What it is, it's coming down to personal preference. Which photo do you prefer? Jump down to the comments section and tell me which photo you prefer, the top one or the bottom one. Now we start to dig right into the features. The zoom. One of these devices has a telephoto lens and the other does not. Since the bottom photo clearly was able to zoom in more, cutting half of the E out of the phone, that must be the iPhone. Both retained a good amount of detail and they each interpreted the colors differently. I would say the iPhone is the leader here. The telephoto lens is being put to work and it's doing a great job. In this photo, I'm activating the portrait or bokeh effect. I took this picture with my head turned, that way you could see how each camera processes the edge of my glasses. They both cut off my glasses, like it wasn't even part of the picture. There's room for improvement here on both of these devices. When taking a portrait picture directly head on, the software isn't challenged. But once you slip it something a little different, it has a hard time determining what's what it should cut off, what's part of the background, and what's part of the forefront. They both have room for improvement, like I said. Here we challenge the devices one more time with the front-facing selfie portrait mode. With the Pixel being on the top and the iPhone on the bottom, they both maintain the integrity of my glasses. This is a step in the right direction. But the color of my grass is something to mention. The iPhone is displaying my grass much greener than it really is. Thanks, iPhone. I don't water my grass that much. But I also feel the iPhone had brightened up my skin tone a little too much. Please forgive the quick deviation from our regular comparison. The Pixel now includes two options when using face touch-up, a natural and a soft. I'm sure this side by side, you can tell which is which. Take a look at both of these photos. It's hard to see a difference. If you look closely, you can see towards the right, the details of the bricks are more defined in one of the photos. But the question is, which phone took which picture? And which one is better? I think you have to decide for yourself. Here, we zoom in on the bikes to see which photo maintained the details on the bikes. As you can see, they both did an amazing job, but which one is the winner? Here, we're able to see the cameras going into overdrive to process all of these colors, maintaining the details. I have to share that I feel the top photo captured the real essence of the actual colors of the bricks on the wall, right there at the top. The photo on the bottom seemed to change the color of the wall slightly. They both looked great, and it does come down to personal preference. However, the one on the top more accurately represents the true color. Which camera took which photo? Now we're heading back to St. Pete to go on the hunt for some new murals that I haven't shown you before. In order to do that, I had to go off the main roads and into the alleys. St. Petersburg, Florida has really become a popular place for some amazing murals. Oh boy, can you even tell the difference here? The only difference I can see is the greens and the darker blues. But other than that, if you told me that these were taken on the same camera, I would probably believe you. Here we're looking at Frida Kahlo, lover to local sensation Salvador Dali. St. Petersburg houses the largest private collection of Dali, so if you're ever in the area, stop in and be amazed. Once again, you're hard-pressed to find the difference between these two photos. Both photos accurately represent the colors and details. I want to bring to your attention the greens on the right side. The greens on the bottom seem to be darker and more saturated. Activating the zoom on both phones once again, I get close up on Frida's face. She's known for her famous unibrow and her lady stash. The zoom does an amazing job on both photos taking the picture, preserving and maintaining the details and the colors. Here's a huge mural that I couldn't resist showcasing. Taking up the length of a parking lot, this photo has all the colors. Which one do you prefer? Here's a great example of turning trash into art. While blue is the primary color of this piece, it is also the biggest difference between the two pictures. Which one do you like the most, the top or the bottom? Which phone took each picture? In this photo, I'm happy to report that both devices maintain the sky and the clouds accurately. One of my biggest gripes on certain devices, our skies are blown out, leaving us with just a white background and losing all the details. Now we have a true comparison to evaluate. No clear winner on either the top or the bottom. This is another photo that comes down to personal preference. Once again, we're activating the portrait mode. Based on this comparison, it's clear that the top photo is the winner. The Pixel is more of a point and shoot portrait mode, while the iPhone needs the conditions to be just right in order to get the features to activate correctly. Last year, the gap between these two devices was considerably large. Even a novice could easily tell the difference between the quality of these two devices. Now, it's getting harder and harder to tell them apart. Sure, the Pixel still leads the way with the selfie portrait mode. With the awesome software processing powered by Google behind them, there's no surprise they continue to be the front runner. Now, when we turn around and look at the front-facing camera, the difference is not so noticeable. Year after year, Apple continues to improve their camera, and they really turned up the heat this year. They started using words like algorithm, neural engine, smart HDR, all when describing their camera and its capabilities. No surprise Apple's starting to close the gap, is it? A camera is important when we're living in a social world of Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Having the right device in your pocket is a big decision. So take your time, read the reviews, talk to people who actually use these devices, and not just read about them. A new phone is not just a purchase, it's an investment. Make sure that you're making the right one and getting the most bang for your buck. Hey guys, thanks for watching my camera comparison. I hope you found this information useful, and what you learned here today you can take to help you make a decision on what new smartphone you're going to buy. For the Love of Tech is always doing a giveaway. In the description there is a Glean link that you can click on and gain your entries. That's right, we love giving stuff away. So if you like free stuff, subscribe to the channel, keep checking back, and see what we're offering next. For the Love of Tech, go in your drawers, go in your microwave, go in your oven, go in your freezer, go in your garage, go in your trunk, go anywhere you have to go, and pull out those old electronics that are no longer being used. Dust them off, shine them up, polish them, give them to someone that doesn't have them, put a smile on someone's face, and for the Love of Tech, namaste.